Hello, welcome to Ian's Bricks. As you can see, I've got quite a few Lego boxes behind me. These are all from Lego.com. There are 8 boxes altogether. 8 of the smaller ones, 4 of the smaller ones, 4 of the larger ones, making 8 in total, to get my maths right. So these are things I've been ordering over the last week or so, and they've come very, very quickly from Lego.com, which sort of tells you that they're probably not that busy. There was a special promotion where if you spent over £115, where you got a Sega Genesis or Megadrive Controller, which is a gift with purchase that I really like the look of. It's interesting because that has actually now sold out online, certainly in the UK and Europe. So glad I managed to get quite a few orders in before that happened, and I've been utilising some of my insider points to make the price of some of these sets a little bit lower than recommended retail, because obviously if you buy anything from Lego.com you generally pay a recommended retail price for them. So I've been softening the blow a little bit with that, and also there's a couple of sale items as well which I sort of decided to get. Hopefully I've got a nice mixture of different sets that I've not really bought too many of before, so I'm going to start by getting in the bigger boxes first of all. Let's get the tabs ripped off then. And just also to mention that there were some decent deals on Quidco. I always try and get cash back, and Quidco seemed to be the best one. They were offering 10% cash back on around the time when I placed these orders. So I've got some cash back on all of these orders as well, which was half decent. So let's get into the box, see what we have. Okay, first things first. This is going to be the first of many of these, I'm afraid. This is the Sega Genesis Controller. If you're based outside of the USA or Canada, this was known as a Megadrive Controller. This is a game console and I actually had from Sega back in the day, 1989, 1990, I think I bought this, maybe 91, can't remember. Very, very popular at the time. I played literally throughout my late teens and early 20s. I was constantly glued to the screen playing on Mega Drive games, so it's really nice to get this. It's got this Sonic the Hedgehog sort of diorama scene thing on the back, which is quite cute. There are the dimensions of the actual controller. It's around about normal size that you'd expect for a controller. It's about this size. And this is set number 40769. Spend over £115 to get one of these. So that's a really nice promo. And I say these have actually sold out already online. So what did I buy? I had to spend £115. I got myself one of these. And I'm just going to check my orders as well, because some of them I had discounts and some of them I didn't. I'm just having a quick look. I don't think I had any discounts on this one, but we have got Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator 75383. With this one you get the 3 figures, but this is what it's all about, and you may have seen this, I think it was Duncan that mentioned this recently in his top haul of the top 5 sets to get. It's this Saw Gerrera figure here, which is the thing that people are going after. So this is kind of a special for the 25th anniversary of Lego Star Wars. The ship itself, is this a nice ship? I don't really know. It's okay. This is £60, so I think that's a lot of money for this size set. I think this is more a £45 set if I was honest, but it's all about this figure here. Apparently this is going for silly money on the aftermarket. The other 3 figures are fairly generic, but yeah, this is basically what you get. I don't think I had a discount on this particular order. So I paid full price for this particular one. So, and I don't think I had, if I did have any of these, I didn't have many of them. So this may be one of the first ones of these that I've actually got. I also got one of these, and this is a set that I really like the look of, but in all honest opinion, I don't think we'll probably do that well once it's retired, but it's just something a bit different, and I've been waiting for this to be reduced for quite a while, as soon as it came out, really. It's one of the Lunar New Year sets. It's the 080117, the Good Fortune, this set is called, and I think this is just quite nice. It's a display thing. Obviously, it's all very, very heavily linked into Chinese New Year, but you've got these printed pieces here. I think they're all printed there, and it just looks quite a nice thing to sort of have, but again, quite a limited market really for this kind of set. This is what it looks like on the back. It does look as though the fan, it's got different, you can have different things on the fan, so I think there's different builds for the fan if you want different things. So yeah, just interesting, something a little bit different. This is normally £70. £69.99, but Lego have got a sale on. I think that sale is probably still on at the moment, and this is down to £48.99. I think that's a much better price point for this set. Again, I don't think it's going to do crazy thing once it's retired, but I don't have any of these. I thought it was a good opportunity while it was on sale to get at least one or two of these, and again, I just quite like the look of this, but again, not quite sure what the market would be on a set like this. It's a slightly unusual one. But anyway, I was tempted enough at that price to buy one of those. And I've got one more set in here as well. Can you guess what it is? Brickhead. Of course it's a Brickhead. Of course I'm going to have a Brickhead in a haul. 40798, and this is the Turning Red, the mail-in. This is Brickhead number 259. These are £9.99. I haven't seen this film, Turning Red, but yeah, it's a Disney thing. It's, you know, what it is, what it is. It's £9.99. I'm not quite sure how popular this will be. This is the character in real life here. I've never seen the film, so I've got no idea what it's all about. Someone told me it was about girls having periods and things, which I'm not sure because it's turning red. So anyway, that's what it's supposed to be about. Whether I'm right or wrong, I do apologise. And I'm not talking about periods in my videos, not those kind of videos. So yeah, this is what this set is. Again, I'd not got many of these, so I thought it was a good opportunity. This is retiring this year, to pick up one of those because I don't have one. So that is box number 1. Let's get into box number 2. Right, let's get into this one. Okay, so we have another one of the Sega Genesis controllers. Well, we see a lot more of those as this haul goes on. And we've got the other one of the Lunar New Year sets, which is also at a discount. And this is this one. Now, I'm really not sure about this one. This is a set which, when I first came out, I thought it looked good. It looks nice. You do get a light brick in this. All of these tiles on here are actually printed. However, I just don't think this set will probably appeal to the masses. I'm sure there's somebody out there that likes this set, but out of all the Lunar New Year sets that they've done recently, this is just, I don't know, it just didn't quite hit the mark. I mean, it's got playability, you've got these whole things that open up and you can get inside, and you've got minifigures in there, but again, just a bit of an odd one from Lego, and this is normally £90, £89.99, so I think it's quite expensive. I mean, you get quite a lot of Lego in here, 1,295 pieces. Set number, by the way, is 80116. But yeah, I bought one of these because I don't have one. It was reduced down to £62.99, so I thought that was a good opportunity to get one of these. They may be reduced a little bit further, but I think I'm probably going to just stick at one of these unless they get vastly reduced even more than that, because I just don't think this is going to be particularly popular. But I don't have one. Who knows? I bought sets before which I didn't think were going to be popular, and they've done very, very well. But this one I think may struggle just because of the type of set that it is. But to get it at 30% discount wasn't a bad call, I don't think. So a couple of the Lunar New Year sets there. So what else did I get? I made it up with Brickheads. So we have the Brickhead, which is the Joy, Sadness and Anxiety from Inside Out 2, 40749. These are £17.99. This has been out for a year and a half, so not a long shelf life, not one of the most popular movies. I think they are bringing out another Inside Out movie soon, all about dreams and stuff. So maybe it'll spur that on a little bit. But yeah, part of the Brickheads collection. You know I like my Brickheads for buying for investment. And I've also got two more, and these are both the same, but I've got two of these from Wicked, and I'm getting these because these have literally just come out in September and they're due to retire at the end of the year. So technically these could have a very, very short shelf life. It's from Wicked. It's 40794, Alphabet and Glinda figures, 325 pieces. Thicker box on this one, so you've obviously got a little bit more Lego for your money for this one. Quite nice characters. Again, not quite sure how popular this film is going to be long term, but a good opportunity to get a Brickhead. £17.99 by the way for this one. Brickhead that is retiring very, very soon after it was released. So I did get two of those. Of course, I'm buying loads of these. You can guarantee what will happen. Lego will extend the extension life on those, so we'll have to wait and see what happens to that. So that is box 2 done. Let's get into box number 3, which is this one here. It's quite light actually, so let's get these tabs ripped off. Okay, so we have another Sega controller. What are the chances of getting another one of those? And I bought some different things with this particular order. And this is a set that, again, I don't think I have at the moment. And this is 40720. And I think this is Sleeping Beauty's castle. Lego have done quite a few of these things. I know there's another castle with Mickey Mouse on. There have been a couple of other castles and things which are very similar, sort of from Disney theme parks. This is sort of the original castle on the back. I always forget which park Sleeping Beauty's castle is from. Is that the California, the Anaheim park? I can't remember. I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments. But this is what the castle looks like. It's another one of these mini builds. Now these are £34.99. I was sort of tempted to try and lower the price a bit, but I only had a certain amount of insider points to do that, so I did end up paying, I think, full price for this one. So yeah, £34.99. You do get the Sleeping Beauty minifigure with this one, so that gives it a little bit of oomph, I think. And it looks as though you probably get a couple of printed pieces here for the windows, so hopefully they are printed. But yeah, again, a set that I've not really even looked at previously. Difficult when you're placing these orders to try and get sets that maybe you haven't bought before, you've not used your limits on Lego.com. So I just thought it was a good opportunity to buy some of these. I hadn't got any of these. They are retiring at the end of the year. It's kind of not on my radar, so I did actually buy 3 with this order. There's number 2 there. Boxes are all in very good condition, by the way, so far. And that is number 3 there. So we got 3 of those in this order. That would have made my order £105-ish, just under. So I had to order something else. So I got myself one of these. It was £10.99 and that took my order just over £115. Again, a retiring set, probably not a very exciting one, but I quite like this one. I actually built this myself and it's quite cute. It's 40711. It's the Hedgehog Picnic Date. You can only get this from Lego stores and from Lego.com. Quite a nice little build. It's obviously Valentine's theme. You get the sort of the mushroom heart there, which is quite a nice little building thing. And the hedgehogs are very, very cute. Just more of a filler, really. And I said I needed to buy something that was more than £10, and this, because it was £10.99, was the perfect price to sort of link in with that order, get the promo and all the other sets as well without spending too much. Right, box number 3 is done. We have the final large box, which is box number 4, if I can get the tabs. Okay, so lots of similar things to this one. So again, we have the Genesis Controller in box number 4. Let's put that there. And we've got some sets which we've already shown you, which is the Wicked Brickhead, one of those, £17.99 for that. We've also got the Mealin from Turning Red. Don't talk about periods again, that was uncomfortable. One of those there. And one of these, another one of the reduced Good Fortune sets. So you've seen all those 3 before in this haul already. We've got 2 other sets in here, and it's more brickheads, I'm afraid. And again, I'm just kind of trying to buy things that sort of get up to the perfect value. 40748 is the Batman 8-in-1. These are £24.99. I think these are quite pricey, but you can apparently build all 8 of the Batman sets, but you can only build, I think, a maximum of 2 at once. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but interestingly, you do get the pieces to build the equivalent of what was the first ever Brickhead, Batman #1. So, but yeah, who's going to collect all these, I don't know. But again, short shelf life on this one. Interesting set. We'll have to wait and see how this does. £24.99, quite a lot of money for a brickhead, so maybe not a lot of room for improvement on that one. One brickhead left though, which I think will do very, very well once it retires, and it's Tom and Jerry, set number 40793. 212 pieces. I built this myself. Really nice little thing. I don't think they're going to do anything like this again anytime soon. I just think it's a really nice set. If you're like me, you sort of grew up with Tom and Jerry cartoons when you were a kid. I mean, they're sort of very, very violent these days, but you know, yeah, I think at the time they were very popular. They're the characters in real life. £13.49 this particular set, so quite a nice little set to get. So that is everything from that box. As you can see, we've got 4 more boxes to get into still. Okay, I've reorganised a bit behind me, got some larger sets over there, some of the smaller sets behind me, but box number 5. Okay, and we have, of course, another Genesis controller there. And we've got 2 more of these, and this is the Sith Infiltrator 75383. Now, I did get a discount on this one. I used £20 of my insider points. These were £60 each, so the total order would have been £120, which means I was able to get the promo set, which is great. But I decided to use £20 of my insider points, so £10 each off these, so my buy-in price for these was $49.99. And I still think it's a bit too much for a set like this, but it just softens the blow a little bit there for me. So we have 2 of those in that box, and again, all the boxes very good condition so far, so fingers crossed we might have a dent-free haul. Next box here, this has already been opened a little bit. I think it's just come loose in transit, ripped off, and see what we have in here. So, oh look, another one of those. What are the chances? Right, so this is something that I haven't really bought yet. And again, I was spurred on by the top 5 video I did with Duncan. This is in his top 5. Now, I'm not sure this will be a top 5 set for me for retirement, but I didn't have any of these and had a look, and they are quite difficult to get hold of in bulk or discounted. 31156 is a set number. It's a 3-in-1 set. Tropical ukulele. You get 2 other alternate builds, which is this kind of surfboard thing here. Actually, it's better on the back here. You get a surfboard, which looks more like an ironing board or something, and you also get this dolphin, which actually is quite a nice little thing. I think that looks quite good in profile. So yeah, interesting set. This is normally $24.99. Just having a look at my order here, and I did I take some money off of this one? Yeah, so this whole order I took £20 off, so that would be £10 off this set, so that my buying price for this set would have been $19.99. So yeah, from £25 to $20, just a little bit of a discount on there to make it worthwhile. But that is that set there. We've got another one of these. You've seen a few of these already. I think I ended up getting 5 of these altogether within all of these hauls. Again, of that £20, I sort of allocated £10 towards this. So again, buying price for this was $49.99, not $59.99, which is the RRP. And we have another set here. Now, I don't think I've had this yet in this haul. Another Star Wars set. 40755, the Imperial droid ship versus the Rebel Scout speeder. Quite a good one, this, because you get 6 main minifigures here. You get 2 little bills there of some ships, which I think look okay, but you know, not the best thing. But also you get this exclusive pink R2D2 figure. It's actually called KT, Cutie KT. There you go. I think there's a backstory behind that. But these are normally $34.99, and again, I had basically 5 of that £20 which I took off this order. I'm allocating to this, which means my buying price for this was $29.99. I think I have bought 1 or 2 of these in the past. It's not my first ones of these, but again, the whole order in total sort of added up to just over £115, which means that I obviously got the Sega controller as well. So, box number 7, and also another loose flap there, but it's not too bad, this one. Let's get into this. So there we have our controller there, another one of those. And what else did we get? So we got a Tom and Jerry brick head there. We've had one of those already in this haul. And we've also got one of these, which is another brick head, but it's the brick head from this year, Revenge of the Sith Heroes and Villains. 40796 is a set number. This is normally £45. Just checking my order on this one. So I took £15 off this order, so basically £5 off this one to make it £40. You get 5 figures with this. I think the best one is probably the General Grievous, but the other ones look quite good as well. They've done a few of these Star Wars multi-packs over the last 3 years. None of them have been particularly good once they've retired. I think for whatever reason, I don't know why people are just not going for them, but I still like to buy them because I still think long term, I think these could potentially do okay. Just maybe not the instant wins that we were maybe used to with getting Star Wars sets in the past. But you know what? I know I like my brick heads. I do quite buy a lot of Star Wars as well. So just thought it was a good opportunity to buy some of these. I think some of these characters haven't been in brick head form before. So yeah, I think quite a few of these. I'm not quite sure which ones have and haven't, but yeah, just a good opportunity to buy this. And again, quite a short shelf life on that particular set, so it was worth getting one of those. And I've got the final one of these. This must be number 5 of these now, and again, of that £15, £10 will be towards this, so that cost me £50 and not 60. So I think we've got a full complement now of all of those particular sets. One final box to get into, excuse me, and this is it here. Get those tabs ripped off. Right, Sega Genesis Controller number 8. And I think we've just got generally the same sets as before. So we got one of the little hedgehog sets as well. $10.99, good price that for buying to just take you over those limits. We've got another one of the Sleeping Beauty's Castle as well. I think you saw 3 of them earlier in an order. And we've got one more set which I haven't got at all yet in this particular haul. And this is it, and it is the Ideas Insect Collection, set number 21342. These are £70. Again, I didn't use any of my insider points to make this lower, so I did pay full price for this. Yeah, interesting. When these first came out, I wasn't sure about them. I think as the years gone on, I've kind of warmed to the set. I've heard what people have said about it, and people do like this. So it's different, it's unusual. I know insects aren't everybody's cup of tea, but I think the way that they've done this is quite nice. So I think this could do okay. And as an idea set, yeah, fairly short shelf life, and we'll have to wait and see how this does, because yeah, I've got a few of these already, but it was worth getting another one of those. So that is everything. Lots and lots of different sets there, and loads of stuff behind me over there. So let me just put everything on the table behind me. And there we have it then. So they're all the sets I've got in this haul. Lots of duplicates, as you can imagine. Whenever I'm placing multiple orders, I kind of keep a list of what I've bought before and what I'm buying, so I don't go over on my limits and all this kind of stuff. It's quite a tricky thing. And I think I placed a lot of these just after midnight when the Sega Genesis came out. I think I placed about 4 of the orders just after midnight, and then another 4 when I got up in the morning. So it is kind of I'm kind of used to doing a lot of orders at once, and I always wait for the confirmation to come through before placing the next order, and that does seem to allow you to get multiples of the promos. I know this will stop at one day, but for now, while I'm able to get the multiple promos, that's how I do that. So lots of different sets here. I think there are 10 brickhead sets altogether, so as you know, I do normally get quite a lot of brickheads. Again, the price point worked quite well for a lot of these medium to smaller size sets, so I think I'm quite happy with a lot of my choices here. Again, some sets which I don't have a lot of so far, like the Chinese New Year sets, like the Disney castles, some of the Star Wars sets I don't really have that many of. Whether any of them will do very well after they've retired, we'll have to wait and see. Only time will tell. But I think because of the fact that I was only having to spend £115 to get each of the promo sets, and I was getting 10% cashback on Quidco. That'll take 2 or 3 months to come through, but I'll be able to utilise that at a later point and spend that money when it does come through. It was definitely sort of worth doing a few orders for this particular promotion, and yeah, so I think I'm quite happy with everything that I've got. Let me know in the comments whether you think this is a good haul, or you know, some of the sets you like, whether you don't like, whether you built any of these sets, or whether you don't rate any of them. Do let me know in the comments. But that's pretty much it for me for now. I promise I won't ever talk about periods again. I do apologise about that, but it's something that I just ended up blurting out, and it came out, and there you go. It's one of those things that happens sometimes in videos. I decided to leave it all in just to show you how daft I can be sometimes. Anyway, that's enough about that. Let's just say thank you very much. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.